Alex Jones spent years building Infowars into a conspiracy theory empire worth tens of millions of dollars a year. Now, it belongs to a satire website. Let's get into how this actually happened. Quick backstory for anyone who hasn't followed this saga closely. Jones spent years pushing the claim that the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, where 20 first graders and 6 adults were killed, was a hoax. He kept amplifying that lie for years, and it had real consequences. His followers harassed the victims' families, called them crisis actors, and in some cases, even sent death threats. Eventually, the families fought back in court. Juries in Connecticut and Texas hit Jones with defamation judgments, totaling more than $1.4 billion. That number was so large, it forced Jones and Infowars into bankruptcy, and the Supreme Court later rejected his appeal to overturn it, meaning the judgment stood. So with Jones effectively broke on paper and Infowars in bankruptcy, the courts moved to sell off the company's assets to help pay what he owed. That's where things take a strange turn, because the winning bidder in the auction was The Onion. Yes, the satirical news site. They bought Infowars outright, with the backing and support of the Sandy Hook families themselves, who'd already won that massive judgment against Jones. Jones, predictably, didn't take this well. He went to court trying to block the sale, arguing the auction had been rigged against him. That legal fight dragged on for a while. But rather than sit around waiting for the courts to fully resolve it, The Onion decided to just move forward anyway. Last month, they announced they'd begin publishing under the Infowars name, regardless of how the court case shook out. And here's the part that's honestly kind of poetic. The Onion's version of Infowars is designed as a parody. It's going to spoof the exact formula that made Jones famous. The wild conspiracy theories tied to real tragedies, the sketchy health claims, the aggressive supplement and survival gear sales pitches. Except now, whatever revenue it generates is earmarked to go straight to the Sandy Hook families. Reports say the new Infowars already sent an initial payment of $100,000 to those families as it launched. Meanwhile, Jones's financial situation keeps getting worse on other fronts too. A federal judge in Texas has ordered the liquidation of his personal assets, not just the company, but his own individual property, specifically to help cover what he owes. And separately, he's now facing a brand new defamation lawsuit, this time from developers of a Texas community called Colony Ridge, after Jones called their development a mortgage scam that was, in his words, occupied by people without legal immigration status. The developers say the claim was false and damaging, and they've taken him to court over it in Liberty County. So here's the state of play right now. The media empire Jones spent decades building has literally been handed over to a satire publication as a form of financial restitution to the people he spent years defaming and terrorizing. His personal assets are being liquidated, and he's picking up new lawsuits even as the old ones are still unresolved. Whatever you think of Jones, it's hard not to see the symbolism here. A conspiracy media brand built on mocking real tragedy now being run by professional satirists, with the profits going to the very families he wronged. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is this justice finally catching up? Or do you think this whole situation is more complicated than it looks? And subscribe if you want updates as the legal fights keep playing out.